That microscopic rhythmic twitching beneath your eyelid or in the deep fibers of your calf muscle is not a random bodily glitch, but a high-voltage chemical tug-of-war where your motor neurons are firing empty commands because a single atom of magnesium has been stripped from its protein lock. You are literally witnessing a tiny, localized rebellion where a single muscle fiber bundle has temporarily broken free from your brain's central control. It is an SOS signal written in pure electricity. To truly understand this involuntary pulsing, we have to look past the surface of your skin and dive deep into the microscopic space where your nervous system and your muscular system shake hands. This is the neuromuscular junction, a bustling chemical harbor where your nerves translate thoughts into physical movement. Under normal circumstances, this translation is incredibly orderly, like a perfectly timed symphony. But when the delicate balance of minerals and neurotransmitters is disrupted, the music turns into a chaotic, repetitive static. Think of your muscle fibers as a highly sensitive engine waiting for a spark. Every single movement you make, from blinking to running, relies on an electrical signal called an action potential traveling down a nerve pathway. When this signal reaches the end of the nerve, it releases a flood of a chemical messenger called acetylcholine. This chemical crosses a microscopic gap and binds to the muscle cell, telling it to contract. But for the muscle to relax afterward, that chemical must be rapidly broken down, and the electrical charge across the muscle membrane must be reset. This reset is where the magic and the madness happens. In a landmark study published by Dr. Wilhelm Janin-Decent in 2012, researchers mapped how specific mineral ions act as gatekeepers for these cellular membranes. Specifically, magnesium acts as a physical plug in the channels that control the flow of calcium. Inside your muscle cells, calcium is the ultimate green light for movement. When calcium floods the cell, your muscle fibers slide together and lock into a contraction. Magnesium is the security guard that comes in, pushes the calcium back out, and plugs the channel so the muscle can rest. But what happens when the security guard goes missing? Without enough magnesium to plug those channels, calcium leaks back into the muscle cell continuously. The muscle fibers become hyperexcitable, trapped in a loop where they cannot fully transition back to a resting state. The membrane becomes unstable, drifting closer and closer to its firing threshold until it sparks spontaneously. Chaos reigns. This tiny localized spark causes a single motor unit, a group of muscle fibers controlled by a single nerve pathway, to twitch repeatedly without your permission. It is a state of constant miniature electrical storm activity, happening entirely beneath your conscious awareness. Now, let us zoom out from this microscopic channel and look at the larger forces that pull this security guard away from his post, because this is where the daily reality of your lifestyle completely rewrites your biology. When you are stressed, your brain does not just feel anxious, your entire physical structure undergoes a massive chemical reorganization. Your adrenal glands flood your bloodstream with cortisol and adrenaline. These hormones are designed to prepare you for survival, shifting your metabolism into overdrive. But this survival state has a steep biological price. Have you felt that tiny, rhythmic flutter under your left eye while staring at your screen today? That flutter is direct evidence of a hormone-induced mineral drain. In 2011, Dr. Ronald Elin published a groundbreaking paper detailing how chronic stress triggers a rapid systemic dumping of intracellular magnesium through the kidneys. When your body is flooded with adrenaline, your cell membranes become more permeable, allowing magnesium to escape into your bloodstream, where it is filtered out and lost. It is a biological tax on your peace of mind. Before this stress response occurs, your motor neurons are like highly disciplined soldiers, waiting quietly for a precise, conscious signal from your brain. They hold a stable electrical charge of about -70 millivolts. But after cortisol and adrenaline have drained your magnesium reserves, that stability vanishes. The resting electrical potential of your nerves drifts upward, closer to zero. They become incredibly twitchy, firing at the slightest provocation, or even with no provocation at all. Your muscles aren't actually contracting because they want to move. They are contracting because they are literally suffocating in an ocean of calcium. When you combine this mineral depletion with the physical strain of modern life, the effect is magnified. Consider how we sit for hours, keeping our eyes focused on screens that flicker at high frequencies or holding our necks at unnatural angles. This prolonged, low-grade physical strain creates localized areas of muscle fatigue. As a muscle fatigues, its ability to pump calcium back out of its cells decreases even further because that pumping process requires massive amounts of energy in the form of adenosine triphosphate, or ATP. If your cells are low on energy and low on magnesium, they simply cannot clean up the calcium. The result is a persistent, localized twitch that can last for minutes, hours, or even days. It is your body's way of showing you exactly where the energetic grid is failing. So, how do we restore order to this electrical grid? How do we put the security guards back at the cellular gates? We start by actively changing the chemical inputs we give our bodies. The first and most direct step is targeted mineral replenishment. You cannot simply consume any form of magnesium and expect immediate results. You must choose forms that are highly bioavailable and easily cross the cell membranes. Magnesium glycinate is particularly effective because it is bound to the amino acid glycine, which has a natural calming effect on the central nervous system. Consuming this specific mineral 30 minutes before rest allows it to enter your bloodstream and actively block the NMDA receptors in your brain, reducing overall nervous system excitability. To support this, prioritize foods rich in organic minerals such as dark leafy greens, pumpkin seeds, and wild-caught seafood. These foods provide the cofactors like vitamin B6 that help your cells pull magnesium inside where it can do its job. Secondly, we must address the nervous system's gas pedal directly through vagal nerve stimulation. Your vagus nerve is the main highway of your parasympathetic nervous system, the rest and digest system. You can actively trigger this pathway using a specific breathing pattern. Inhale deeply through your nose for a count of 4 seconds. Hold that breath for 2 seconds, and then exhale slowly through pursed lips for 7 seconds. This prolonged exhalation signals your brain that you are safe. In response, your brain slows down your heart rate and halts the release of norepinephrine at the neuromuscular junction. Within minutes of adopting this breathing pattern, the background electrical noise in your motor nerves begins to quiet down, lowering their resting potential back into a safe, stable zone. The third step is restoring the electrical conductivity of your extracellular fluid. Think about this. Every single second, your cells are exchanging billions of sodium and potassium ions to maintain their electrical charge. If you are dehydrated, or if you are drinking water that has been completely stripped of its natural minerals, this exchange breaks down. To fix this, begin your day by drinking a large glass of warm water containing a pinch of unrefined gray sea salt and a squeeze of fresh lemon juice. This simple elixir delivers a bioavailable spectrum of trace minerals, including potassium, sodium, and magnesium, directly to your extracellular space. This instantly stabilizes the electrical potential across your cell membranes, making your nerves far less likely to fire off spontaneous, chaotic signals throughout the day. When you begin to apply these simple, biologically grounded habits, you will notice a profound shift in how your physical frame behaves. The constant, annoying twitches under your eyelids or in your calves will begin to fade into the background, but more importantly, you will begin to experience a deep, stable sense of physical calm. You are no longer at the mercy of random bodily spasms. You now possess the keys to your own bioelectrical control panel. This realization completely changes how you relate to your physical self. You are no longer just an attribute inside a meat suit that glitches and breaks down without warning. You are the custodian of a complex, responsive biological ecosystem. That annoying twitch is no longer an irritation. It is a clear, legible message from your cells, asking for a moment of rest, a sip of clean water, or a deep, slow breath. When you learn to listen to these subtle cellular whispers, you no longer have to wait for your body to scream in pain or fatigue before you give it what it needs. You can respond to the very first flutter with ease and precision. Let this new understanding guide how you move through your day, how you handle stress, and how you nourish your physical form. There is an entire world of silent cellular communication happening inside you right now, waiting to be deciphered. Every breath you take, every bite of food you eat, and every thought you think is actively rewriting the chemistry of your cells. If you want to continue decoding these hidden biological dialogues and learn how to work with your body's natural design rather than against it, join us on this journey. Subscribe to Body Decoded, and together we will uncover the astonishing science of what is actually happening inside your physical frame every single day. Our next exploration will take us even deeper into the hidden pathways of your daily existence, revealing how a seemingly harmless, everyday habit is secretly reshaping your cellular energy production from the moment you wake up. You will never look at your morning routine the same way again. Stay curious, stay mindful, and keep decoding your amazing body.